Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2020 action film Archenemy, a film that was written and directed by Adam Egypt Mortimer, and it stars Joe Manganiello, and I'm sure I've pronounced that wrong, as well as Mark Brandt, Skylan Brooks, Kieran Gallagher, Zoli Briggs and Glenn Howerton. Now this film focuses on Max Fist, played by Joe, and I'm going to say this wrong again, I know, Manganiello, who is, he claims, is living on the streets, and he claims he is a super being from another dimension or another version of Earth, something like that, called Max Fist. Obviously nobody believes him. There is a young journalist, if you like, called Hamster, who decides that he's going to do like a journalistic piece on him, which proves to be quite popular. Hamster doesn't really believe him, but it's great. It makes for a great story. This Max Fist super being, who was this godlike superhero in another dimension, who crash landed on Earth through some kind of portal when he defeated his arch enemy. Now, his sister, Hamster's sister, is a low-level drug dealer. She gets herself in a little bit of bother, and it is up to Max Fist to rise up from retirement and try and protect Hamster and his sister from the local criminals that may well lead to a confrontation from someone from his past who is his arch enemy, hence the title. Right, best way I can describe the film, I think, there. What are my thoughts on Archenemy? Well, I've been quite interested in seeing this for a while now. Very interesting concept, and another interesting look at the superhero genre. And they do it in a fairly interesting way. I think the issue with this film for me is its narrative and how it chooses to tell the story. It's a bit jarring in a sense of you go from one scene where Hamster is talking to Max Fist about his exploits as this superhero, super being, and then the next scene it changes so quickly from that to his sister getting in trouble, Hamster's sister, and then all of a sudden Max Fist standing up and saying we've got to go after him and kill everybody, even though he claims he doesn't kill people in an earlier scene. So it goes from him being like this tramp telling a story to becoming John Wick crossed with the Punisher almost, from one scene to the next, and it's a bit jarring, if I'm honest. It's pretty cool at the same time, but it is a bit jarring, and for an action film it's light on action until the last 30 minutes, and I'm being generous there. Before then it is really more of this guy Hamster, this young journalist trying to make a name for himself, you know, buying alcohol and other treats for this guy seemingly on the street claiming to be the superhero and getting these snippets out of him. The other storylines that are along with it are just kind of there. They're poorly fleshed out. Some of the characters here are poorly fleshed out, including Hamster. And the main focus here is Max Fist, this character. And they do well telling his backstory, and they do it in quite a nice way as well. They do it with like this animation, and they seamlessly blend it into the live action of the movie by telling his backstory using this animation, with him being a superhero. Really nicely done and pretty stylish, I think, how they did that. But for much of the film you're questioning whether this guy is just some kind of crazy guy on the street, a schizophrenic or something, or is the things he's saying genuine. Now you do get your answer eventually in the film, and I won't spoil it. But it kind of feels a little bit anticlimactic by that point. You're thinking, well, okay, I want to see more. And the last 5-10 minutes of the film was me thinking that's what I wanted for the whole film, if you like, or certainly more than we got in the film. So it gave you a taste of what the film could have been, and I was more interested in seeing the live action versions of the animation stuff, you know, the things he was claiming he was in this other dimension, this superhero character. I was more interested in seeing that in a live action film rather than the tramp on the street telling a story. But it's a decent watch. It's an interesting take on this genre that is so diluted now with all the things that we get put to screen. I'm always interested, no matter what the genre, to see a new twist or a new way of thinking of putting a story on screen, whether it be horror, sci-fi, superhero genre, comedy, whatever. And this film, generally speaking, I think does it pretty effectively for the most part. The performances here are all fine, no issue at all. There's one guy who plays like this top drug dealer who's a bit pantomime, a little bit over the top, a little bit unbelievable, but it's for the most part I think the actors here do a decent enough job. I think the film, you could argue as well, does take itself a little bit too seriously for the story it's trying to tell. It could have done with a little bit more lighter humour put in it now and again. But I was okay with this film. It was a decent watch, a decent idea. I think they could have done better with it, but it is certainly worth checking out if you're interested in a film like this. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 for Archenemy. It's certainly worth checking out. I did enjoy it, so yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like the video if you like the review, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to keep checking back, as I will be putting up more content regular.